Hey everybody, make some noise for your host of the show, Socially Awkward and Uncomfortable. But seriously, here he is, St. Patrick.
Are you comfortable? Is your brain relaxed? Are you dramatically over laughing at your girl's joke just so you can use her Ultima for another shorty? Are you trying to chill and your buddy starts rapping in your ear? Well, my friends, sit back and relax and know that this show at times might make you feel awkward and uncomfortable. Not uncomfortable like when you're talking to a girl and she hits you with that, I got rent coming up, or that I got 5 kids, so you got to be like Patrick Swayze and become Casper out the scene. This is a craziness I like to call Socially Awkward and Uncomfortable Podcast. I am your host, Mr. St. Patrick, and we got all the way live Mr. Dip in the house.
Yo, what up?
Today's co-host is no stranger to the show. Please help me welcome Pierre to the show.
Yo, how's everybody doing?
Doing good, doing good.
Good morning. Good morning.
My guest will keep you up with the live hip hop scene and is getting the raw inside info without you even having to leave your house, spotlighting local artists and the hip hop scene. She's up for the Podcast of the Year award and has her own clothing gear, Rebel Role Models Clothing. She's from the home of the infamous Bone Thugs. Please show love to the Von Rebel to the show.
Damn, I love the intro.
Yeah?
Love the
Welcome,
intro.
welcome.
Yeah.
Are you
Let's get it.
familiar with Bone?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
I love some Bone Thugs, man. I listen to it every morning when I go to work. It keeps me motivated.
Yeah, I
Feel
love
me?
it.
That
Yeah.
feel good music on the way to work gets the day started.
Yeah.
No, it's that get high like right before you go to work type
Yeah.
vibe. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was a big, well, still am today. I was a huge Big Bone fan.
Yeah, man.
And
Yeah.
and we would go like before the concerts would start. We would go like hours before, and we would just link up with a bunch of other people and just vibe out before the show
Yeah,
even
man.
started.
Damn.
Yeah, it was.
In Cleveland?
No, this is here.
Here.
Oh, here.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
they have like, it's funny. They have like their own like chapter here of just Bone fans. that
Huge
just, you know,
fans. Yeah.
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 They used to be out here
Okay.
so much, man. It's crazy how much they used to be out here.
Yeah.
But they were huge, man, and definitely influential to this generation a lot,
Yeah.
man. The
Oh, yeah,
style
big
of
time.
rapping and
Yeah.
you got to give it to them boys. They definitely they did that thing.
Yeah.
Who do you think was the second group from Ohio to make some noise? Has it been a Bone since then, or
I mean, they got the Mo Thugs, which
Yeah.
I was heavy
I
in.
don't even know who
it
that is.
hasn't
Heard of
been
them,
anybody
hadn't-
really, huh?
Yeah, I mean, there's
Not
other
really.
artists that are from there, but they're not really groups.
Yeah, ain't nobody
Right.
been big like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Not
It's kinda-
nobody like group wise.
Right.
Yeah, just more like artists.
They
and
said
stuff.
it and took it for real.
Yeah. Yeah. On a scale of 1 to 10, how are you guys all doing today?
I'm a 10. I'm
Yeah.
good.
Oh, that's good.
I'm a 10. I woke up, ate breakfast, you know what I'm saying, did my morning routine and
Blessed and
we
highly
chilling.
favored.
Yeah, I'm alive,
Yeah.
so I'm good.
Yeah. What about you, Dip?
I'm gonna get my. I'm always negative, but yeah, I'm gonna say a 7, 8. You know what I'm saying? I could
Yeah.
be better.
Yeah, I'm at a 7, about 8.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Wow.
I've always, because I'm always looking for ways to improve and everything else. And
Yeah,
I'm hard on
that's real.
myself. I'm a
Me
real
too.
critic
Yeah.
when it comes to myself. So that's the reason why I like to 7 and an 8 is good for me. If I'm at a 10, it means nothing's wrong, and you always need to make sure that you're pushing yourself to the next step.
I don't know, man. I'm like highly confident in myself though. So
Yeah.
I'm
That's a good thing.
I'm a little different. Like I'm like very highly confident to the point where I'm like I'm always like
use it. Use it
there.
and run with
Like
it.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm going with it. Yeah. I never doubt myself, so I'm like, hey.
Yeah, I'm different in that aspect. I can be confident, and then in a matter of minutes, I'll second guess myself on like, all aspects.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Yeah, sometimes I just get in my own little zone. I'm just like, shit, man. I'm overanalyze everything.
Yeah.
So I'm watching your show on Fridays and everything else, and I see your artwork. Was your artwork inspired by Beavis and Butthead?
Hell yeah, I love Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm more of a like a goofy, socially awkward. I like to smoke weed. I like to drink. I just like to have a good time.
Right.
So it's like a representation of just my character as a
Okay.
whole. So
Yeah.
I just decided to come up with like a character that fits me, and everybody already knows that type of character.
Yeah.
So they probably like associate it like, okay, it's gonna be like that type of vibe when they come on the show.
I like it,
Type shit.
and
Yeah.
it actually drew me in because of it. I was just like always wondered and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
it's a dope concept.
My manager actually shouted me out Friday after I was leaving work. He was like, "Yeah, it came up on my feed," and I'm like, "Oh shit," because I got so much stuff that shouldn't even be seen by a manager.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I love the show. It's presented nicely and everything. And I'm just like, oh man, I'm about to get fired. For real.
Or in the
Congrats on
HR.
that.
Yeah, that's dope. And what is the Von Rebel Show? For those that don't know.
Man, the Von Rebel Show is a representation for the loners, the outcasts, the underdogs, the rock stars, trench babies, anybody that has the odds against them. I'm trying to represent for them. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to put them on support, bring highlight those artists. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So
Yeah.
I'm definitely just trying to put on for the community. I'm not too big on artists that have already made it,
Right.
but you know, if the opportunity comes across, I'll love to take it. But
Yeah.
for right now, it's more so like a representation for the community and just trying to build it.
Right.
Yeah.
And what makes your show different from, other shows?
Honestly, I don't. You know what? Can I talk my shit real quick?
Yeah, talk
Yeah,
your shit,
freely.
So, freely. All right. So basically, how I look at it is when I first started off, I was in the living room and my the people that I was fucking with at the time, it was Two Tone, the Superstar, and 411 Show.
Okay.
Now, Two Tone, he had his stuff in his living room. You know what I'm saying? He just doing podcasts out of his living room, and nobody like a big name like that was really doing it like that until I feel like I came along. I'm not trying to. I think I inspired like a whole nother lane because me being just me, I'm not. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a
Right.
big name podcaster, big name artist, but I started supporting the artists through my living room.
Right.
I used to have people. I did at least like 45 interviews in my living room,
Wow.
just
Oh,
and I was getting paid off of them too. Like
Yeah.
people were just coming over to sit in my living room to talk and just talk shit,
Yeah.
So I feel like I kind of opened up a lane for that, and it's been good ever since. I came into the studio, I think in like February,
Right.
and basically, I just think just me being myself really open is making me different because
Yeah.
somebody was like, "Hey, you're gonna be like the no jumper in Arizona."
Uh-huh.
I was like, "I don't want to be the no jumper in Arizona. I don't.
Yeah.
I want to be." I want to be me. I want to be the person like the Rebel Show in Arizona. I don't want
Right.
to be
yeah.
no jumper. Everybody is taken off of, oh, well, this person's successful because, this is how they move and this is how their podcast look. This is this
Right.
is that. I don't want it. Everyone was trying to shift me into that lane.
Yeah.
I don't want to be like that. I want to be me. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's why I think that I'm so different because I just do me. I don't care what nobody else is doing. You feel me?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Do
I
you
don't
feel like-
focus on that.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that was hard for you to maintain being genuinely you in your podcast with everybody trying to fit you in a box? Because I've seen that I don't know if you guys remember the show True Life where they,
Yeah.
different celebrities and everything like that. We're talking about how it was hard for them to branch out and
Right.
just be their own person without the label or their managers trying to fit them into this little box of
Yeah.
who they wanted them to be, the little teeny boppers or whatever it is,
Uh-huh.
forgetting that they're a grown ass person at
Yeah.
at the end of the day. Like, I want to be true to myself.
Right.
So how was that for you? Or was it just like, was it pretty simple, or did you have to continually push where you wanted it to go?
Honestly, I don't. The thing with me is when I get on social media, I don't look at any other. I'm not watching any other podcasters like that. I'm just focused on me. My creativity, is just focused on what I think I want to do. I'm not
Mhm.
like constantly checking someone else's podcast to see what they're doing so that I could do the same thing. I don't want to do the same thing, so I don't even try to keep that in my head.
Right.
I try to be completely just all the information just comes straight from me. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
Gotcha.
it's
Just that
never
way
like that.
Kind of like that where you're not influenced by others.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then
I
that
support
way,
other podcasts, but I don't want to like take their shit. You
and
know?
I get
Right.
it because a lot of times they're going to use that and they're going to put you in that lane like you were mentioning earlier.
Yeah.
That's where
Yeah.
you can fall into those spaces and stuff like that.
So how have you been dealing with, people taking your ideas or running with some of your
glad you said
ideas
that.
that maybe that, what I'm saying, you may have came up with that you next, what I'm saying, you were scrolling online and you see somebody else trying to represent what you were doing.
Yeah.
You know what? I take it as a compliment, honestly, because I know that they weren't doing that before I started, or before
Mhm.
they got influenced by me, and I take it as a compliment. Honestly, I'm not hating on anybody's path. Like they see a blueprint and they go with it and try to do the same things, but what they fail to realize is you gonna make your own impression on the world and on the city by just doing you. Like that's
Yeah.
it. You don't have to take other people's ideas. Like I had threw an idea out there to a I don't want to put names out there, but I threw an idea out there before, and I tried to have somebody come on the show to actually I'm gonna put it out there for a blind dating show,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
And so I was trying to invite certain artists to come on and participate.
Right.
So that artist, and I'm not talking about Bobby. Shout out to Bobby Dennis. We gonna get our shine on next year with this shit. But I'm not talking about her. I'm talking about somebody else. They tried to take my idea
Yeah.
that I introduced them to and run with it. Then it didn't.
Was that
It-
shit?
I don't know if it was shit because I'm not watching it. You know what I'm saying? But it's the fact that I see what you were trying to do, but you're not doing it like how I pictured you doing it. So
Yeah,
it's not
gotcha.
gonna be. It ain't gonna really be. It's gonna be people gonna go for it, but it's like, bro, you tried to do too much trying to take my shit. So it's cool.
And I
Thanks,
have
everybody.
I have to agree with you, and I understand completely where you're coming from because I have a lot of ideas that I put out that
Yeah.
I'm seeing that a few of them actually been taken. People are running with it, but for one, it's not authentic. So I know
Yeah.
once I officially put it out there, it's
Yeah.
gonna be a slightly more profitable, successful because of the fact that I have this idea of where it's supposed to be at. You know what I mean?
It's like having it's like having the Jordans and then having the Shaqs. Like,
Absolutely.
you feel me? Like it's like
Yeah.
it's like, you know how the Shaqs have some type of or even like the Air Forces, how people come out with like different kind of Air Forces.
Right.
Yeah.
It's never gonna be the Air Forces. The Air Forces, they all the way up here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now there's some people that had them some dope ass Air Force mimics or whatever.
Yeah.
That I ain't even gonna cap, like dope as fuck. Like had the same like formation or whatever, but it's never gonna be authentic and like that. You know, that's the one that inspired everything else. So you
Yeah.
gotta always credit the
Yes.
people that made that path for you.
Yeah. I get
Mhm.
it. What do you think Arizona is as far as its rappers? You think it gets its recognition? Do you think we're in a good spot?
Man, they on the come up. Hey, shout out to AZ rappers. I done interviewed tons of Arizona rappers. They are on the come up. That's
Yeah.
all I gotta say. They just right now, everybody's just figuring it out. So
Uh-huh.
it's kind of up and down, but people, it's the talent is here. We just gotta
Yeah.
figure it out how to
Right.
get there.
I feel
Yeah.
like it's
Together.
more of an underground thing as far as Arizona.
Yeah.
Because you don't always hear about it, and it's hard with radio stations to promote
Yeah.
Arizona artists because even like when we were in high school, you didn't hear about it a lot. You may got a few buzzes in the ear on the radio sometimes,
Mhm.
but it's not as like how it used to be then.
Yeah. It's
Well,
about the bread and butter.
Yeah.
One of my main things, man, that I keep preaching, man, is it's going to take media.
Right.
You know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
Mhm.
Ryan Rebel, you have to lead. You know what I mean? A lot of people are on the negative aspect of Arizona,
Yeah.
and they
Yeah.
feed off the negativity. And that's what I always loved about you, that you always brought positivity to everything, and that you always trying to bring light to positive things
Yeah.
and bring light to people that somebody else may not even care about. And
Facts.
that's dope. And I think that those are the things that's going to help Arizona hip hop get to the
Yeah.
forefront. It's
Yeah.
it's not always the artist, man.
Yeah.
It's
Of course.
it's a combination of media, record labels. That's big. Like
Yeah.
it's gonna have
Yeah.
to take a label that, just like in New Orleans with No Limit and Cash Money.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Those cats was able to take business to another level.
Right.
And that right there brought New Orleans onto the map and New Orleans rappers onto the map
Yeah.
more. You know what I mean? And
Right.
Phoenix needs that. It's not gonna take rappers, man. It's gonna
Yeah.
be a top-notch businessman. And he's gonna have to come here and see that was here and make that
And totally change the
right.
culture.
Because it's not, man. It's rappers don't. All of us. It's too hard.
Yeah.
When a rapper gets signed, he get taken away to something else.
Yes.
He doesn't have the leadership or the money ability to be
Right.
able to set a foundation for everybody else to set up on and
Yeah.
start being able to grow. And it takes like I was saying the other day, a little face. It takes a big top name
Yeah.
that comes in and just makes
Oh,
a
yeah.
difference.
Yeah.
Or somebody do that, a Master P. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
That's what we need here for
Yeah.
real, man. And he
And-
wasn't a great rapper. He was just a dope ass businessman,
Yeah.
and he's still a
And-
good businessman.
And he stayed authentically to himself,
Right.
even with starting how he started.
Right.
He wasn't put into a box as you see most new artists get put into. You come
Yeah.
out, whether you made the track or not, then they want to put you, I want to keep you here.
Yeah.
Right.
Then you're stuck on this horrible ass deal for I don't know how long.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. He realized his power. He gained he took control of his power.
Uh-huh.
He went and got a distribution deal instead of going to get signed to a label. He understood the people that he had with him and how many albums that he can put out, you know what I mean, and get out there. And he negotiated and did his thing, man. It's going to take one of them people here that's going to do that, man.
So I've been out of the music scene for a minute. I used to rap back in the days, kind of stopped. But now as I'm watching your show, because of the fact that I'm kind of getting back into seeing what a lot of these artists are, doing.
Yeah.
So I respect you for doing that.
Thank you.
When you're interviewing some of these, artists, do you ever come across any bad artists?
I don't consider artistry, any artistry bad, honestly. I like the imagination. I like to hear different things. I think being different is really what's gonna separate you. I don't really, as far as bad, maybe things that you maybe need to critique, like kind of like the kinks you just got to get out of there.
Right.
But it's a lot of growth, and everybody has to grow. You feel me?
I get it.
And take the criticism too that comes along with it. But I don't think anybody is like a bad, because whatever they're talking about, they live in that shit, or whatever that's how they feeling, that's how they're expressing their emotions. It's like you can't really judge somebody's art really unless they're trying to, how can I say it?
Like copying somebody else, maybe.
Kind of. And so I
copying somebody else, that's another thing.
Yeah, and that's where I was going to go in with it, because I've met some artists and I've known
Yeah.
some artists where they don't have authenticity. They're using somebody else's, art, and they ran with it, and they
In
were able
somebody's
to get
life.
more success from it.
Mhm.
And so that's where I'm talking about when I'm talking about bad artists. I mean,
okay.
Yeah.
When you're like trying to, okay, I see what you're saying.
yeah,
Like when they're trying to like mimic somebody else, and
Right.
it's like, bro, like, nah, stop. Like you
Yeah.
said, type shit. Yeah,
Right.
I see what you're saying.
yeah,
Or they're sampling and not giving credit where the sample originally came from.
that too, yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Man, being a part of her show,
Uh-huh.
and listening to the people that she do select to be on her show,
Yeah.
most of them are some of the most talented people in Arizona. I don't know how she picks
Yeah.
people,
Yeah.
but I mean, it's some of the
Love
best people that I've heard.
Yeah.
I do have other shows, so I've heard bad.
So let me
Shout out.
Bad is not really on there, man.
Yeah.
She
I have a
does
quick
good
question
job
for
of
you.
doing that.
Yeah.
So, what tips would you give to new artists that, per se, have no idea how to start and stream?
Honestly, see, that's another thing. I'm not in that lane. That's another thing. I'm more into like the clothing brand lane and the networking podcast lane. You know what I'm saying? So when the artists come on the show, I ask those questions to them because
Gotcha.
I'm trying to figure out how are you going to take the steps to make it and to make it big, because it's always going to be like there's certain things you just have to have.
Right.
Like how are you going to
Right.
make it? Like I'm not sure.
I mean,
that's
as far
another
as,
thing.
like,
I'm still
with-
trying to learn.
Yeah.
Like with your brand, your clothing brand, like you starting out, did you kind of like start out just, making a few shirts in the house, having something with you, and you know what I mean?
Honestly, I started from scratch. I ain't know nothing about nothing. I started it years ago. I was drawing out logos and things like that. Like, so I started from, I didn't know anything. I had to do my research.
Okay.
Like I really didn't, even with this stuff, like I had to do my research on how to grow my brand. And actually I'm one of the brands that people know of, but since I haven't been pushing it as much, like
Right.
I'm kind of getting like falling behind. But it's always this trial and error for real with me, because I don't know the way. I don't know how to make it. You know what I'm saying? But it's trial and error, and there's certain things that works, and then there's certain things that don't, and the things that don't, you kind of just push to the side and just keep going with the shit that works.
Right.
So it's not no blueprint that I'm following. It's just life, living, and learning.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That's it.
So let me ask a question for all of you guys. How are we going back, in regards to, holding these, these artists accountable? How are we able to, hold them accountable for making, fake music in a sense? And when I say fake, it's because of the fact that they're living somebody else's life. How are we able to hold these artists accountable for being authentic?
I feel like for us, our generation in itself,
Yeah.
when we hear that sample and we knew where that sample came from back then, it's like, don't not act like you genuinely made this up.
Right.
You definitely heard it. We
Yeah.
all know you heard it from there because we remember hearing it.
Yeah.
Now, granted, you may take a small piece of that beat and change it,
it
still doesn't make it authentically yours.
Yeah.
As we've seen that happen to certain artists.
I think it's over, man. It doesn't even matter anymore, bro.
Yeah. You got a
point. It doesn't
matter.
Yeah. Being authentic, it just doesn't matter. You know what I mean?
They
old
have
beats,
taken it away because
it's gone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We knew, like, when we're in the sampling with Dre, we knew he was using funk from the 70s.
Yeah.
We understood what he was sampling. People knew the music that he was taken from. I don't even think these kids nowadays even know. They don't even care. So it doesn't matter.
Sadly,
that's
you have a point.
That's my opinion.
You do have a point.
Yeah.
I feel like it's whoever pushing it. Like,
right. Yep.
I feel like it's whoever pushing it. Like he said, it's not gonna matter at a certain point in time unless the real recognized real. Like, if you know, you know. If you don't, you lost. Like, because I can guarantee you in like 60 years, people are gonna look up, Black Panthers and just see the movie. They ain't probably gonna see the or
real
look up
Black Panthers,
or even look up Michael Jackson. They're gonna think he was like a white man or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit gets watered and tainted as years go on. But if you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? Like, the real hip hop people know. You feel me?
Yeah.
That's how I look at it.
And then I know it's been done, and you kind of mentioned it a little bit, but how do you feel about these songs that just keep getting literally to same lyrics, the same beat? I mean, it's the same exact song.
Yeah.
Like, how do you feel about all that?
The like, for example, what kind of songs? Like
any Pitbull song. He's literally remaking the same exact. I mean, you can turn on the radio and it's like, man, I just heard that. You know, I mean, it's Puff Daddy's son.
Like over the same beats,
same beat, same everything. I mean, it's the same exact song. Like,
they see it work for somebody else, and that's what I was saying with podcasting. They see it work for somebody else, and then they'll take that and try to be something
and build off of that,
and build off of it.
Yeah, it's just getting tiresome. Like, and that's why I'm saying,
be creative.
Let's change the culture a little bit and go back to to a root so we can figure out, like, make something good. Because when I think about that, I think about, like, 90s rap, and I don't want to be like one of those old heads that are just like,
I love 90s rap,
but it was not just rap, but even R&B.
Yeah,
it was like soulful into it. Like, you can listen to it and it can make you feel a certain type of way. It was the reason why they called it baby making music. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, I mean, it's just, I think we need to go back and start changing things and saying, like, it's not cool.
I think it's the music industry too. I was actually doing some.
For real.
I was doing some research. Yeah. I'm big into like Black history.
Yeah.
And I was doing some research like back when the Black Panthers were representing and things, like, people weren't. It wasn't, the music was not like it is now. You feel me? Absolutely. Because the era was different. You feel me? But I feel like once one person, I think it changed because of the drugs going into the neighborhood. Like, this is what I was watching off YouTube. I'm a big YouTuber. Once the drugs started getting into the neighborhood and the people started experiencing different things, they started talking about it. And then once they seen that they can profit off of the music that is destructing the neighborhoods and this and that, then they started. That's where the money is. So now everybody wants to talk about that because that's how you're gonna get paid. That's how you're gonna get recognized and shit like that. So, like, that's how they gonna pay you. They don't want you to talk about. It's just all about the money aspect, I feel like, and it's people some are afraid to be like original or what I'm saying, and talk about other shit. And I mean, the community shit, they're talking about what they're living too, so you can't really, but it's like a you can't really blame them.
And before we go to the next set of questions, we're gonna take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back.
Thanks.
Habari Entertainment Films present There's Only One Name for News with Damon and Aisha. Habari Live Podcast. Habari Entertainment, a race against time. On a quest for glory. Habari News Weekly, HabariEntertainment.com. Catch us for more. Visit us, HabariEntertainment.com.
And we're back. I just want to throw this out there that shit. Shout out to Bone, just again, because you know.
Thank
That,
you.
Yeah, they're that
Yeah.
group, and being the
Yeah.
fact that you grew up there, that's dope. Thinking about that, when artists or rappers, when they're having to go to certain states and they're having to check in to go to those certain states, how do you guys feel about that? When they have to
Let
ask
you go
for
first.
permission,
What do you mean?
like they have to ask, like certain artists have to ask permission to go to certain states just
It's
to be
not.
able to.
I don't think it's a permission thing.
Uh-huh.
It's just that the way certain cities look at it is
Yeah.
that you're supposed to check in with the head people,
Yeah.
for they'll know that you're in town, so they can look out for you to make sure that nothing happens to you. That's the way.
Especially if you're
That's
in
the
an
way it
area.
was supposed to be. That's the
Yeah.
way it was supposed to come
Yeah.
together. It's like, I'm the head dude. I can take care of you, make sure you don't get your shit snatched or get shot up or get fucked up in my city.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We'll help you out. Just put a shout out to us to let us know that you out there,
Right.
and we'll at least, you know what I'm saying, try to keep a lookout for you. And
Yeah.
that's
Especially
what
when
it
it
was
comes
supposed
to
to
like steering from certain parts of town.
Yeah.
Right,
They'll
right.
easily tell you, hey, don't go here, or if you do go here, between this and this, you're good.
So
Don't
do you
go-
think there's a disconnect with artists now, because there's a lot of rappers that are dying?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's just-
that's
it
what I was
is.
gonna say. That's what I was gonna say. Like, it don't even matter. It don't even matter today if you check in or
It
not.
doesn't.
Yeah.
You
can
can get got
easily be-
anywhere.
Yeah.
You
For
could be
real.
visiting family at the same time, like not even really like doing a tour. You could just be, hey,
Yeah.
popping up on, friends or something like that, and
Yeah. And
you
that's
never
why
know. That's your time.
Yeah, and that's why I love what Dip said. You were mentioning yesterday on your show, you were talking about like know your area. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't go in your uncomfort zones, because the fact that
It don't even matter. Nipsey Hussle,
Yeah.
he was in front of his own
Own-
shop.
yeah, his
Yeah.
own
It don't
business.
matter where you is at this
Yeah.
point. If you rapping about that, you better be sure you being about that, and you got
Yeah.
whatever you need around you to help you.
But
And
Nipsey still was in the hood though. I mean,
Yeah.
he was
Yeah.
trying to
But-
change the area and
Yeah.
bring money to it, but he still was in a pretty bad area.
I
yeah,
feel like
no,
that comes
but
into
his
knowing-
area though.
It's
You feel
his
me? So he
area.
got in his own area. That's
it's
crazy.
it's his hood.
Yeah.
I feel like it goes
Yeah.
into knowing who's around you at this point, because easily it could be your own people,
yeah.
It sucks
and
though
we've seen
because
it just out in the news now more than ever that it's literally your own people,
Yeah.
the
it
same
sucks.
people that you went to school with, went to church with,
Mhm.
played in the street with,
Yeah.
or just randomly on a simple meet and greet.
Damn,
Right.
you going to
And
church
you-
with people? Like, they
Yeah,
can get that-
exactly. You going that
Man.
you just sat there and prayed with somebody, and at the same time you don't know that they just literally plotted against you,
Right.
and is getting ready to take that stuff out. We've seen it in the music
Yeah.
in movies 1,000 times,
Right.
only to see it in real life
Yeah.
is a whole different feel.
Let me ask you another question. We're always seeing rappers glamorize like certain things, money, guns, drugs, and stuff like that, and it seems to be highly glamorized. What do you think is the overrated tool of a rapper?
Like, overrated tool.
Yeah, like I mean, if they can do one thing without, like,
Hmm.
I mean, because it's going in a weird direction. I mean, they've always done it, I guess, in a sense.
Like what they're over glamorizing. Is that what
Right,
you're trying to say?
Yeah.
Man, they over glamorizing
Every-
drugs.
Right, but if they can take one thing away, if you
if
can
it-
take one thing away from that artist and say, like, let's change this.
oh, drugs. Period.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah,
I've always been big on that shit. Like,
I agree.
if it ain't THC to me, like if it's like fucking the fentanyl, the fucking pills. Now, I'm not no angel myself, you know what I'm saying? I done got trial and error with shit, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I done experiment in some shit.
Yeah.
I ain't fuck with it. But once I started growing and actually getting knowledgeable about what I'm intaking and what's going on, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people follow that because they don't know, and they're just looking up to these people.
Right.
Like, okay, well, that's cool. But once you actually get to know yourself and love yourself and just figure out, like, yo, like, these motherfuckers they probably not even doing this shit. Like,
Yeah.
we just following them because we just want to be cool and feel like, but you don't have to be cool by following somebody else. That's the thing.
And I have to agree too, because I think this next generation,
Yeah.
I guess more so your generation, is because our generation, we were promoting it so much that your
Yeah.
generation, that's the after effects of it now.
It's like you were like drug dealers to being drug into the drug
Yeah,
buyers type
Dopeheads,
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's
I
fucked
mean,
up.
I think the old heads need to start making an example. You know what I mean? Start
Yeah.
leading, our the next generation into a positive aspect. You know what I mean?
Well, you have that. You have a mix of it. I feel like you have some that actually do it,
Right.
and you have some that'll easily tell you, "Hey, if this is what you want to do,
Yeah.
it ain't gonna kill you to do this."
Yeah.
Hey, I've literally seen it.
Yeah.
Some will literally tell you to do that, and you have some that'll say, "Don't do that. Don't do what I did."
Yeah.
Or if you're gonna do it better than me.
Right.
Be better than me.
Yeah.
Do it a different way. You want to change the neighborhood? Okay. Change the neighborhood. Start something.
Yeah.
You know, build something in the neighborhood.
Right.
I agree with him.
Yeah.
I do.
Boosie and 21 came out and they were talking, saying that Jay-Z and Nas aren't relevant. What are your thoughts on that? I mean,
Jay-Z and Nas aren't relevant? Somebody
Boosie said that, which is crazy. And I think
21. Oh, 21 said that too.
Yeah, but I think his message kind of got misconstrued a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think he meant that, per se. But I don't know. Maybe they said it to gain relevance for themselves because they are putting out albums and stuff like that.
I feel like certain things Boosie says is for relevance rather than just is how he feels.
Yeah.
And I could be wrong, but that's just my personal take on it.
Because Nas is a great, you know what I mean? He's a legend.
Man, Nas is...
See,
they try to... Yeah, that's the thing. They try to take away from people that... people that open doors and actually pave the way. Like, that's one thing that I can't respect about when people nowadays say something about people, even no matter how they feel about their music or whatever, they open doors so that you could be there. You know what I'm saying? So all that, they're irrelevant. No, they're actually relevant because you wouldn't probably be here.
Right.
You probably would, but it'd be a little different or whatever. But it's like you can't take away from somebody else's build in the community or build. You know what I'm saying? Because Nas, I love Nas. He talk real shit, and he actually, I pick Nas over fucking any of these rappers right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, he spoke truth in the community.
Just the lane, everything about him. It's just, it's genuine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the next one is Rest in Power to Takeoff. But when he was alive, him and Quavo, they were asked to pick Nicki and Cardi, and they both picked Nicki. You hear about that one?
For what? Nicki for what? Like a collabo?
Like who was better? And they both picked Nicki.
Damn, does Cardi know about that?
Yeah, I mean, I think it caused a little bit of beef in a sense, but
well, they were mad at dude at the time.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. They were into it.
Yeah,
they were getting into it. Before, they never got a chance to make up with dude either. So, and that's been a big thing they've been talking about since he passed, because he didn't get a chance to make up with bro, and
because they're all family.
Yeah, right. I think that he's the uncle, and the other two were cousins.
Yeah, I thought they were all cousins.
Nah, dude was
I was
uncle.
wrong. Okay,
he's uncle. Yeah. And then going into that question, why do you think we're always targeting, our female artists against each other? I mean, I get it. It's Styles Records, it's just, it's a plot scheme. You know what I mean? It's just, I love these female artists in there. Say Rock, Doja Cat, I mean, there's a lot of dope.
I got something
artists.
to say about this.
Yeah, say it.
I got something to say about, because I am a female artist.
Yeah.
So I feel like it goes back to disrespecting females altogether, bro. Like, why are you tearing down your female, period? Anyway, it don't even matter. Why are you tearing down the black female in hip hop anyways, bro? Like, we done, I feel like, honestly, now I don't agree with all the female rappers. I mean, I love they doing their thing, they getting their money. I don't agree with the messages that they be sending out or whatnot, but we need to all stick together in this shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because without y'all females supporting you, these niggas ain't gonna support you. Like, most of the niggas, most of their fan base are females. You know what I'm saying? So why tear down another female that's trying to come up, bro? You look stupid. Like, you just looking all over the place.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
It's one of the truest statements I've ever heard you say.
Like, why would you do that?
And if you look at, sorry to interrupt.
No, you're good. You're good.
When you look at past artists like Missy Elliott, Lil' Kim, all of them, when they get together, and they just grab a bunch of other female just to do a track.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, because if you think about it,
you don't hear about a beef between them.
The only ones you
did was something just made up.
The only ones you heard about was Kim and Foxy. Kim and Foxy Brown.
I thought it was Foxy. Yeah. No, it was Foxy and a few others though.
No, I mean that was really it, because I mean you throw Yo-Yo, you throw MC Light, you throw a lot of these,
and they didn't have an issue.
Yeah, and they would make
one message to get out.
Yeah,
it doesn't seem like this generation of females are getting along.
Mm-mm.
But
I feel like it has a lot to do with social media, because you can take one small comment made,
Mhm.
and it'll be blown up way out of proportion
Yeah.
just
Social media is
for
But they be
Definitely.
making
a
some
sentence.
dope
I-
ass
I
tracks.
think it's-
right?
They do.
Yeah.
I think it has
mean,
a
if they
little
get
bit to
to-
do with the fame that
Yeah.
they're getting now.
Absolutely.
They
Yeah.
wasn't as famous in the 90s as they are now, man. They wasn't selling top albums in
Yeah.
the 90s
Yeah.
like these females are now, man. Like,
Or that simple deal that you got.
man,
where
they're
the one
huge now,
artist
man.
didn't
Yeah.
get it.
Megan Thee
and-
Stallion is huge, man.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, she
like
is.
Cardi B, they're big, way bigger than the 90s artists were.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit more at stake. You know what I mean? So
Right.
it may be the reason why they're not getting along like they used to.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
it's
like I
it
said,
used to
the-
be big. Like I said,
Yeah.
they were just getting a small piece. Now, most you turn on the radio, like 6 out of 7, 10 songs are from the female artists
Yeah.
nowadays.
Right.
Right.
But when
So
you look at
they're
it
getting a
now,
bigger
too-
pie of what used to be going on.
Yeah.
When you look at it now too, like it's not how it was then. Like, you just hear it on the news, you may hear it on the radio,
Yeah.
but not as fast as you would hear it now. Like you hear it now, it's literally like as it's happening because everybody's live now.
Right.
So before you wait a couple of days, you probably hear it in the newspaper.
Yeah.
You may hear it on the radio right then and there.
Yeah.
Now, like literally, as they're beefing, you're getting a whole live feed on the entire beef, and you're
Right.
getting screenshots of the whole conversation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and
So right, like,
oh, I
like,
be
you
in the
literally get it.
drama too. Yeah, I do.
Like you got to go through and read everything because you want to get. Okay, wait, no, I missed that part. So you got to
Mhm.
go back and
Yeah.
read it to understand why they beefing.
Yeah. And then Gunna's judge threatens to arrest a family member for making outbursts after denying him bond. With my question with that is, I get it. Sometimes we get a little emotional in the courtroom,
Yeah.
Mhm.
but sometimes we gotta let our people act out in a sense, respectfully, I guess, in a sense, because it's an emotional situation. You know what I mean?
They act
Yeah.
like if it was them, they'd just be sitting there quiet, like they don't have no type of emotion or anything. People try to, what it is, I feel like with the whole thing, it's just like they try to make you like a robot. Like you can't have emotion, you can't
Right.
have freedom of speech, you can't do shit. Like
Yeah.
for real,
Like
unless
you're not a
it's-
person anymore, and you
Yeah.
got to forget.
right.
Like they may be up here,
Uh-huh.
but at the same time, they put their pants on one leg at a time, just like
Right.
you do. So
Yeah,
let them
100%.
have that. Or if they're too emotional, they crying real hard. They got feelings too. Like you're the only one that has feelings. Like, come on now.
Yeah.
This shit is getting out of control, man.
That's
Yeah.
young
It's
people,
way out
man.
of control.
It's
Yeah,
young people.
it is.
You know what I mean? They haven't been through anything, so they don't understand, man. It's
Yeah.
as you
And like
as
you
go
don't, you
through
never
life,
know until
Right.
you go through it, and you don't
that's
know
real.
what
Yeah.
they went through to
Yeah.
get from where they are now to now. Like it's so different
Yeah.
to where as us, we get it. We have our own life struggles, but we don't take away from somebody else's life struggles
Exactly.
to justify what we're doing.
Right.
Everybody's story is different.
Yeah. The next one is Ye outed CP3 being with Kim. What
I
does
feel
this-
like that was the dumbest thing he could ever did.
I mean, what does it
because
say when folks keep doing this? Like it's silly.
I think he's trying to take away from his own because for me, you knew who your wife was
Yeah.
when you dated her.
right.
Long before you put a ring on it,
Yeah.
you yourself told your team not to watch the tape,
Yeah.
which lets me know you saw the tape.
Yeah.
You probably liked the tape, but you didn't want them to see the tape. Lo and
Now that's a
behold,
problem.
they probably already saw the tape,
Yeah.
but now you want to bring up stuff that happened in your marriage.
Yeah.
All because I feel like it's because she's getting money for the kids.
Yeah.
And and I feel like some feel like, she's getting too much money,
Yeah.
but she was with him for a lot of money that he made.
At the end of the day,
And
that's
they
that's
were
his baby
married.
mama. You know what I
Right,
mean? Like,
exactly.
it's silly. I mean, I haven't heard anything done like that since Biggie. Remember when Biggie did
Yeah.
it to
Faith
the
Evans?
Bulls player?
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, like there was
So they
Oh,
just
on the
owning
song, on the
everybody's
song he
business?
talking on it. Yeah,
yeah,
he said he did it on a song. He talked
Yeah.
about the us.
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah,
Oh.
yeah. It's a
Yeah,
dope
he
track.
caught her with a 6'5" Knicks player. Yeah.
I mean-
oh, Knicks, yeah, Knicks.
Yeah.
That's
We
what it
do
was,
that
yeah.
in real life. Shoot, if I catch my boost messing around with somebody, I'm gonna say something like, "Yo, like you supposed to be with me. What's up?" Like, but they rappers, so they
they're
gonna put on the song.
divorced. That's
Yeah.
why
Oh,
I don't
they
understand why he
divorced.
tripping.
Right.
I don't
Exactly.
get it.
They divorce is
But-
finalized. Why are you mad?
Okay,
It's over.
Yeah,
people can have feelings though. Some people, hey, look, I'll break up. I used to break up with girls and still be in my feelings. Like, damn,
Yeah.
man, you messing with my with
Right.
my homie. Like,
I
what's
feel
up?
you.
Like,
Yeah.
If you
like,
keep those thoughts to yourself and don't post them on social
No, I don't.
media,
Yeah, I don't do that though. No, I never
Right.
do that.
yeah,
But this
But I feel
dude-
like for him, it was more like I'm gonna get back at you for doing this. But
Mm.
she was trying to help you at the same time, but you rejected a lot of the help and you started to wild out. And I feel like you're still wilding out. And I also feel like he needs to get some type of help because there's definitely something deeper.
Oh, he's way past
than what it is. Like
I hope, I just hope he, you know what I'm saying, calms, chills out. And at the same time, man, when you marry a woman like that and who she was, you have to be more secure about yourself.
Absolutely.
And I don't know if he had that mind state going in. He seemed like he wanted to change her. At first, he was talking about he didn't want to post pictures online and stuff.
Yeah,
this is who she is, bro.
Yeah,
she's always posted pictures of her ass and naked. You can't change her.
Money,
So so you can't go in thinking that you're gonna change who she is. He having that attitude. Oh, I want people watching the video.
Right.
Look, dude, that's who you just married. So you should be proud of that video. You know what I mean? You have to have different. Yeah, you should be.
But
you have to
right.
be. You married her.
Right.
You married this girl. So you taking all her baggage and everything that she's did wrong, and you're saying it's okay. I still love you.
Yeah.
If you're taking it in and you're saying, "Oh, you did that," that you going on with the wrong attitude. There's no way you're gonna change what happened in the past. You know what I mean? So you have to go in still caring and loving what she did, how she did it, and he didn't go in with that. He came in, I'm trying to change her.
Yeah.
He tried to change how she dressed for a little while. She was wearing baggy clothes full. I'm like, what is this dude doing, man?
Because that's when he came out with his co-line at the same time.
It's like,
he took out all her shit, got her new shit.
Right.
She allowed it.
It lasted for a little while, and then she went back to being who she was.
Right.
And this is who she is, bro. Hey, if you don't like the girl for who she is, I wouldn't have dealt with it. There's no way in the world I would have dealt with it. I wouldn't have married her.
Yeah. Right.
But I would have. We could kick it for like 2 weeks or so.
She is,
But that's what she is. You're supposed to just kick it with her and keep rolling. You ain't supposed to marry her, bro.
He broke the street code. Right. That's what happened.
Yeah. And now the street code done turned on him. But I feel like at the same time, he needs help. He's doing a lot.
Yeah.
Now you want to try to run for, like you want to talk about now you want to run for president. You want to do all this extra stuff. And she was with you for a lot of it. She was.
But just sticking to like the whole Kim situation, like he's always done that with Amber. He was trying to change Amber. Like,
well,
you know what I mean? It's the same routine. Like, you know what I mean?
I feel like he made Amber out to be like the worst.
Yeah.
At the end of their deal is what kind of like how he spun it was.
Right.
It was all her fault. And she stayed quiet for the longest. She didn't say anything.
Yeah.
It wasn't until probably like a month ago where she decided to speak her own truth.
Yeah.
And sadly, that's what happens. The real victim ends up staying quiet only to bring up their truth after the fact.
Right. Next question. Chris Brown. We haven't forgotten about the whole Rihanna case. Like every time we think about it's in the back of our mind or whatever the case is, we seem to always hold it against him. And I don't want to like, kind of forget about the whole domestic case, if it's a real situation and everything else. But we always seem to make excuses for Blueface and his lady. They're beating each other, every 7 business days.
They do.
Yeah. Like every 7 business days, they're knocking, the shit out of each other.
Yeah.
My problem with that is
making money too.
She keeps going back and forth.
Yeah.
And I understand that that's, a situation.
Right.
But we still need to hold them both accountable, just like we did with Chris and Rihanna. Hold them both accountable.
Yeah.
Like I said, I personally, like at this point,
it's the same thing. It's
they
the same
need
thing
to
at the end of the day.
separate. Like
right.
she needs to definitely grow as a person and learn who she is.
No, they're not the size of stardom, nowhere near the size of stars Rihanna and Chris Brown are.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So and they're nowhere near as talented. Nobody cares about them.
Yeah,
they can both go away tomorrow and we wouldn't care.
No, actually, there's
I agree.
No, they're big influencers though, for real. Because I know there's a couple on TikTok that's blowing up. It's the same formula. She done got the girl's tattoo, the girl's face tattooed on her face and shit like that, and just she's going about it the same exact way as Blueface and Krishan. Like, so they influencing some shit, and those people that took like bit off of Krishan and Blueface, they getting big too. They getting money in their pocket. So it's just it's a whole money formula. Like they see that, or they getting money, so now they gonna get. Now if somebody gonna see them getting money, they ain't gonna do the same shit.
All over again.
But I just feel like, when are you gonna grow? for it. Like, where is the growth gonna come from? Because make money. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But don't let the money make you.
Yeah.
It's not all good money. Like just
It's
every
easy
lesson
to
ain't
say,
a good
though.
lesson. And you're right about that.
Yeah.
You're definitely right
It's
about
easier
that.
to say, but
Yeah. Well, my point was the reason why that the public don't forget about it. Like they forgive them, but they don't forgive. Rihanna and Chris Brown. They love Rihanna, man. Rihanna is.
I love Rihanna.
She's loved. she's loved,
bet.
and
She
people
is.
love some Rihanna, man. And that's why they just hold that against, because they just big Rihanna fans.
Yeah.
But that shit has really hurt that dude's career, man. I wish it wasn't like that for him, man. But he also has made some bad decisions after that too. You know what I'm saying? Joining in gangs, throwing a blood sign, doing stupid shit. Like, I don't know what bro on, but I wish he just make some music. But I don't think he deserved how they treating him.
Yeah.
You know what
No,
I mean?
of
I
course
don't
not.
deserve
People
think he
make
deserved
mistakes.
it. He
Yeah.
made a mistake.
Man.
It's damn near 15 years ago, right? That shit
Yeah.
long time ago,
Yeah.
man. They were little kids, man.
Yeah.
They
So
were newly coming out, and I just remember when they both had their own separate interviews to the incident, and I feel like that's where everybody kind of decided how they wanted to forgive.
Mhm.
Because at the same time, Chris had concerts, and kids were still trying to go to them concerts. I remember that.
Right.
Like, he did that, and then shortly, maybe a couple months after, he was still having concerts, and it was up in the air whether or not, hey, do we go to this concert? Do we kind of hold off from this concert?
Yeah.
Do we support him or not? So it was one of those things where it was definitely all up in the air. But I
Yeah.
just
And
feel
then,
like
with
with them,
people make mistakes. That's all. I gotta
right,
say
when
about
they
that
both
shit.
had their separate interviews to discuss what happened,
Right.
yeah, there was differences and there was similarities in both interviews, but just them talking about their upbringings, definitely the same. So you kind of see why it happened the way that it did,
Okay.
because they both grew up toxic.
Yeah.
Everybody, see, this is the thing in society though. Like, I understand everybody have an opinion on it, but like, no one can judge anybody, because I don't know. I know a couple people just in normal, and I get it. They held to a higher standard, all that shit. But when it comes to just being a human, you are not 100% perfect. So like, anything that they can take and run with it, they're gonna take and run with it. Like, if you know what I'm saying. So you got to just grow from those situations and kind of like make the change around and just show like, okay, I made a mistake. I grew from it. You know what I'm saying? People will take, just because you're a celebrity don't like mean that you're a fucking super, like 100% just ain't got nothing going, nothing wrong with you.
Yeah.
That's the thing that I kind of hate about society too. Is just
no one's perfect.
Nobody's fucking
Exactly.
perfect. That's the thing.
Absolutely.
No one's perfect, but you have to. That's what you have to mirror in society, and you have to try to hide your failures and your faults.
Right.
And people don't want to see those.
Why
And
you think they
that's
go
how it is.
crazy?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
They go crazy because of that, because you're getting judged 24/7. Anything
Mhm.
that you do, if you got something on that don't look right, if you know what I'm saying, if you make a mistake while you're speaking and you say the wrong thing, anything, they always getting judged. So I don't blame them. Shit.
Yeah.
It's tough.
And I have to give you credit because I see a few posts and stuff like that. You're representing for the LGBTQ and stuff like that.
Facts.
I gotta ask, how is it represented within rap and hip hop? Like, is it really, or
It's getting there. It's getting there. It's a climb right now. You know what I'm saying? It's a steady climb. But people like me that are comfortable bringing those type of people out on my platform, like right now, anybody name any podcast that's had a drag queen entertainer or any gay men artists or anything like that? Nobody. So it's my job to bring it out because I'm comfortable with myself to be able to do that. Like, a lot of podcasters are men, you know what I'm saying, in the hip hop scene. They don't want that attached to their name. You feel me? Like, some people are uncomfortable with that. But me, I feel like I could start that new lane because guess what? I'm gay. You feel me? Like, I'm lesbian. So it's not a problem for me. And I think that that's going to create something big out here to be able to get those people to open up and be comfortable too, because you got to be comfortable with who you're talking to. So I think that that's gonna be something different that I know y'all gonna be biting off of that, but you know what I'm saying. But this is my community too, and I gotta represent. I'm representation of that.
So what do you advise? What advice do you offer for those that are trying to step out in their own lane but maybe they might just be afraid because of how they're going to be judged or looked at if they are gay, straight, or gay, bi, whatever the case is.
Well, we're very, very comfortable with sexuality. Like gay people are comfortable as fuck.
But say there's some that are still like afraid because of parents or whatever the case
He's
is.
saying like some are still not.
What message do you have for them?
They're trying to like kind of you know what, for real, fuck them, fuck everybody. Like that's my fuck everybody. Do you? Because once you start actually knowing who you are, you're gonna feel so much better and you're more freer. If ain't nobody rocking with you because of your sexuality or what you doing in the bedroom, then you don't need them in your life anyways. Like why live for somebody else? Everybody's living this moment at the same rate. You know what I'm saying? We all got the same amount of hours. Like, why are you living for somebody else? Just do you.
Yeah.
Hey, live for yourself.
You want to shout out any?
Oh yeah. Naomi. I just had her on the show.
Yeah.
Drag queen entertainer. Very, very talented. Love her. Love what she's doing in the community. I hope to actually network with her more. Also, there's a couple more people that that aren't. I'm gonna have them on my podcast. You know what I'm saying? So they're gonna come on the podcast. You guys are gonna see. But we're definitely gonna build something different. You guys are gonna see what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
you know what I don't want to ruin it, but I got some shit.
And I wanted to do this 5-choice thing where you pick which one you like better. So
we going back and forth?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or you guys can pick them as I'm saying them.
Oh, okay.
Whatever you guys choose. So Bay Area music or Texas style, like Screwston style music.
I'm not more familiar with Bay Area, so I'm good. I'm gonna say Texas style.
Bay Area is like E40. It's like Blast. It's like it's more of that hyphy music, that movement.
I'm representing. I'm Bay.
Yeah, Bay. What about you, Dip?
Yeah, I'll say Bay. I'm more of a West Coast.
Oh, okay. Mumble rap or pop rap?
God damn. It's the choices for me, man.
That's wow.
I'm gonna say mumble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you fuck with mumble rap?
Yeah, I love mumble rap actually. Yeah.
I
don't know what the hell they be saying, but
because I can't get with either one. I can't.
You Dip?
I'll take the mumble. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Beats or lyrics?
It depends. Damn.
Yeah, it depends. That's hard because
I'm all about.
I'm up in it.
Yeah.
I'm up in the air on both.
Yeah.
For me,
I got an explanation, but I'm gonna say beats now because the lyrics be shit. But
don't be talking about nothing.
Don't be talking about shit. But I like something to speak to my emotions too. So like I'll take the beat and just if it's like some mumble shit over the beat, a nice ass beat. Oh, I'm just running with it. Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean I get what you're saying because you look at like that Kodak Black, that Gremlin.
Yeah.
That beat is like dope. Or the Munchies for your bass beat.
Mm-hmm.
And just like I can fuck with that all day.
Hell yeah.
Fame or fortune?
Fortune.
Yeah.
Damn, that's a hard one though. Because I never want
money, dog.
That's the thing.
Like, I would do the same thing.
I want the money.
Yeah.
I wouldn't need the world to know everything. Because you got so many artists that fight so hard to keep their personal life personal.
Yeah.
I don't want it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, you're right. Fortune.
Boys in the Hood or Menace to Society?
Ooh.
Boys in the Hood. Boys in the Hood was, that was my movie though.
Yeah.
Oh shit. I'm gonna do Boys in the Hood too.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm on the same page too.
I like these.
So, in the next part of the show, we're gonna talk about what really pisses us off. It's from the old, it's a weird segment, so it's a way to vent and express how we struggle with our daily frustrations, so we don't carry it on past this point. And so I'll go first. My gripe is some of these thotties with the bodies who post all these thirst trap pics, on like on Instagram or whatever the case is.
I like thirst trap.
No, but I mean they'll post all these thirst traps, and then they'll post like their kid, and then it's like thirst trap, and then their kid is like keep it consistent.
It's not even, or it's not a mix of thirst and family time.
Yeah, like how
they just woke up and decided, okay, so I'm gonna show my son today.
Yeah, like how am I supposed to like little Aiden when I just like 3 or 4 of your pictures of like.
Very like little Aiden if you try to get in there. You try to slide in there.
Snacks on deck.
Yeah,
had fruit snacks on deck.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah. And then gum too. I hate when people throw gum on the floor and I step in it. That is the worst.
Or under the table.
Or under the table. Yeah. Or just on a random chair and you're just like.
Gotta get you 20 lashes in Singapore.
Yeah. What pisses you guys off?
Mine would just be like if I'm out and people just randomly like throw stuff. And I get that there's not always trash.
Just randomly throw stuff?
Like just throw stuff on the ground.
Oh,
like,
okay.
Why
okay,
can't
like litter
you
and
just
shit.
yeah, like especially if there's a trash can like less than 10 feet away, like come on, I just need you to go.
Stop fucking littering.
Yeah.
Shit.
It bothers me. Because I don't like to do it. I'll hold it in my hand. I have a good pocket full of just
random
random wrapper just because I didn't want to throw it in, like it'll just be in there.
Yeah.
Like I'd rather just have a bag in my car and I'm like, okay, throw it in there.
Yeah. Yeah, I do the same thing. Throw it in, when I come to it, I throw it all together. What about you?
Shit, it's very, very simple. When you are making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, please have the bread out, get a spoon and a knife. Use the spoon for the jelly. Use the knife for the peanut butter.
What?
Don't mix it. I hate this shit.
Like,
I hate it.
But aren't you putting it together anyway? Because that doesn't bother me as much.
She doesn't want any jelly in the peanut butter.
Thank you.
Well, that's when you got to do the jelly first.
I hate it.
My thing is you got to do the jelly first because that actually does. I don't
No,
want
but the jelly's gonna get in the peanut butter.
Not if you do it right, because I do it all the time, and I've never had that mix. Like,
man,
I am a peanut butter
and
and jelly
Rebel House, dog.
Yeah,
I'm a peanut butter jelly advent eater. Like that's my sandwich, hands down. I can go to sleep with a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I can wake up and want a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I'm very simple that way.
Yeah,
I've survived off a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
And I'd be damn like my daughter's the exact same way. Like she peanut butter and jelly me all day. That was her first solid. Because I promised her, because I was eating when I was like, when you get 5 months, Daddy got you. On the exact day of 5 months, I make Michaela, let's go.
Yeah. So let me
came
ask
and
you,
sat down and do
you guys do do you guys warm up the spoon before you do the peanut butter?
Kind of warm the spoon up.
Yeah, so you get
so you can melt the peanut butter.
Right, yeah.
Nah, man, nah.
This is peanut butter in the refrigerator.
Nah.
You put your peanut butter in the fridge?
You're an assassin if you do that. I'm sorry.
No, that's crazy.
No, I mean, it's still in the pantry, but I mean, it's still thick as shit, you know.
Well, what peanut butter are you getting? Because there are different types. Like you have the crunch, you have the creamy, you got like that really
generic
extra hard shit.
Man. That crunch, bro, it tear your bread up, man.
Yeah.
You bread all ripped up.
Like you have a big ass hole right
Smooth.
I'm good on the
Jiffy
crunch.
Smooth.
Jiffy Smooth, exactly.
You gotta be smooth.
Yeah. What about you, Dip?
You know what I really hate is religion. I know a lot of people gonna get mad.
It's a big talk,
man.
I agree.
It's one of the biggest talks.
I hate religion, bro.
Yeah,
it tears up friendships. It tears up a lot of stuff.
It's so much bullshit that comes from religion. I wish that people, just like yesterday, I was watching this program.
Yeah,
and it was saying that a lot of the Africans and a lot of the natives in all of the country, the reason why the Europeans and a lot of the Greeks and the Dutch,
right?
The reason why they decided that they can do anything they wanted to all these people is because they weren't Christian.
Yeah.
So they figured, because the sub-Saharan people, they weren't Christian, so they figured they can do whatever they want to, and they can sell them off into slavery and buy them into, because they weren't Christian, so we won't have any after effects in the afterlife.
Yeah.
So it's right. It's fucked up that they thought that this was okay because they didn't believe in God. Some concept that they made up. You know what I mean? But it was another thing that was coming too, that a lot of people, especially black people, not to talk about, that are Christian in America.
Yeah.
And they, it's a big argument now that we created Christianity because it's African. Yeah. But if you would listen to what I just said, we weren't Christians, and that's the reason why they thought it was okay to do this to the sub-Saharan people, because we were not Christian. But a lot of people want to argue, hey, we were Christian. Nah, dog, we're from Western Southern Africa. All right.
Yes.
They didn't have Christianity.
Yeah.
Eastern Africa, you got to understand, it's a big continent. They had religion in Eastern Africa, Northern, Eastern Africa. Right. Western, Southern, they did not. Yeah. And that's where we were coming from. But religion is what misconstrues all this, and this fights.
And I have
to
agree with
Kanye and all these people, Kyrie. It's all about religion, bro. Yeah. All of it.
It's a business.
It's all religion. Yeah, and we all fighting, everybody getting into it. People are hating each other and all this. And it's all behind religion, man. And
my take on it is, if you're not religious, that's fine. Live your truth.
Yeah.
But don't at the same time, because you don't believe in it, bash somebody else who does. Let them have their belief.
I don't bash people for their religion.
Exactly. I don't either. I'm
good
my
at that.
take.
I got into an argument, not an argument, a disagreement. Because I'm not necessarily religious anymore. Like I grew up Catholic and everything else. I kind of stepped a little bit about it because I see religion as being the business portion of it now. But I still have like my faith. I still believe in something out there, you know, which is who I believe is God. And this guy just happened to be Christian, whatever. He was just like, "Well, your God's not my God." I'm like, "Well, yeah." And I was like, "We're essentially it's supposed to be the same thing."
He's
like, he's like, "Well, your God believes, in all love, And I'm
What?
like,
What the fuck?
and he's like, "Well, my God doesn't believe in this, this, and this." And I'm
Who?
like,
He said he was Christian.
Yeah.
Catholicism is a branch of Christianity.
Yeah.
Oh my God! So that's what I'm saying. People be so confused.
Yeah.
And then another thing I want to ask: do you know why you are Catholic?
The way that we grew up.
I mean, history wise.
Yeah. No.
I mean, it's because of conquistadors that you're Catholic.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why I'm not. I don't do Christianity because I'm like, dog. My people were not Christians.
See, and I started,
and I'm not gonna fucking. It's the colonizers of religion that we doing.
That's how they control us.
Yeah,
for real. I mean, for real. I hate to say it, bro, but even the Mexicans, everybody.
Right.
This is their religion, dog.
Yeah.
Stop trying to make sense of it for you can feel good about the religion that you believe is true.
It's a cult.
It's from the colonizers, man, as they say it, and that's what that shit is from. Period.
Yeah.
Right. I grew up Christian faith, but I'll be the first. I stepped away from it because even as a kid, I was deep. I wanted to go outside. I wanted to play. I didn't. We went, but at the same time, I was like, shoot, I just want to be outside.
Yeah.
I want to go do something more fun other than this. That was my take as a kid.
Yeah.
And even now as an adult, I've stepped back from it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I kind of swerved more into like, again, I still have like, my belief, my faith and stuff like that, but I'm more about energy now.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I love
that's real, bro.
And karma too.
That's real.
Yes,
karma works as positive and as negative. You do negative shit's gonna come back on you. Positive shit's gonna happen.
Go to my house. Yeah. I have Buddhist statues all over my house, man.
Yeah.
Because I believe in the quality of how you treat people.
Right.
Yes.
And I believe
100%.
I don't believe I need a guide to treat people correctly.
Yeah, exactly.
I need a guide to believe that your life is precious and my life is precious.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We all precious people and beings on this world.
Right.
Yes.
And to me, some of the best people I've met didn't believe in God. And so many people need God to just care about others. And I don't really understand that.
Yeah.
That's their thing. I don't disrespect it, but I don't need it.
Yeah.
And I've had people unfriend me. People don't like me because I'm atheist. But dog, I care about people. I wouldn't hurt no one. You know what I mean? That's the thing that kills me. I don't believe in fighting and death and killing and murder and guns.
Yes.
All the things that these Christians believe in. And it's weird to me, bro.
And that's the odd thing about it. Funny and odd because the fact that like they believe in it, but yet they still have
the
energy to hate.
Right.
They hate on people.
Right.
You know what I mean? And hate's a strong thing.
I don't hate anyone.
Or they'll feel like they'll be quick to. You have a lot that'll be very quick to throw God into the mix of why they did what they did.
Right.
Whether good or bad.
Yeah,
and I feel like
why they dislike gay people or
take responsibility. That's the whole point in my head. Take responsibility for you. Stop blaming it on, this because like just take responsibility. Like treat people right. Take responsibility. You good. Like that's how I feel about it.
Yeah.
I don't do religion either. So I'm spiritual.
So in the next part of the show, I want to give out a shout out, spotlight local business, an artist, or an organization. So today on the list, we have Local First, We Rise. They are a no-fee business accelerator created for and by Arizona Black entrepreneurs, from classroom instruction and mentorship to its network of successful Black-owned businesses. They want to grow generational wealth among Arizona Black community. Next, we have Helica. She does nails, is based out of Phoenix, and you can find her at nails.xo on Instagram. So we'll get your nails done, looking good. And in honor of Vaughn, I wanted to spotlight Bar One. It's an upscale neighborhood bar with a hip vibe, and they offer specialty drinks and are rated #1 gay bar in Phoenix. Woo. They are located at 3702 North 16th Street, and you can find them at info@bar1.com. Again, that's info@bar1.com. Last, we have Zolo Coffee. They are a new coffee spot that also offers conchas. They have a signature drink called the Zola Latte. I think I said that right. I'm not sure. Probably wrong. But they're located at 2428 North 16th Street. So if you're in the area, you can hit both spots. But 2428 North 16th Street, Suite C, in Phoenix. That's southwest corner of Sheridan in the Coronado District. And they are closed on Mondays, but the rest of the week, they're open from 7 to 3. Today's message, special message, is never heard a dude who rats, because if you do, you're going to hear him on every single diss song until the end of time.
Facts.
And don't trust fools who got selfies as their lock screen. Can't be trusted.
Hold on. I ain't got mine. I got
the
fuck?
Yeah. Can't trust them when they have their selfies on their lock screen. But as we wrap up the show, I want to give a huge shout out to my co-host, Pierre. Where can they follow you at?
Adams Pierre on Instagram.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah, actually, really quick, I want to give out another shout out to a buddy of mine.
Okay.
He's actually doing boxing classes. Where you can find him, H&H Boxing. He does boxing classes every Sunday at 3:30.
Okay. Where at?
It's called it's MMA boxing. I forget the location, but if you go to H&H Boxing, the link's there. Dude's great.
H&H Boxing?
H&H Boxing. Yes, it's actually a new nonprofit. Dude teaches beginner classes. Any level. Actually, as a matter of fact, he does any level. Gives a lot of good information, hands-on training. Dude's great.
I'm gonna lock in with you after this.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that'd be dope to do like some type of like self-defense class. Get something set up, people can, go out there and stuff.
Yeah, man.
So that's dope. My guest Vaughn.
Hey.
Where can they follow you at?
Go follow the Von Rebel Show on IG, all platforms actually. And then I want to shout out somebody as well. I want to shout out Eat Milios, for the THC syrup, 1,000 milligrams. EatMilios.com if you need anything of that sort. Got the vape pens, all that. So
cool. Don't forget about your brand.
Oh yeah. And then that's coming back. That's coming back next year as well. Okay. Rebel Role Models Clothing on IG on all platforms actually. So if you guys want to tap in and get some gear from me, let's get it. Let's do this.
Yeah, thank you both for taking the time out of your busy day and being on the show. It was a pleasure.
Anytime, man.
Hey, I love your show, by the way. Hey, I want to shout out him too and Habari Entertainment. I want to definitely. I love the way your shows ran. I love what you're doing for the community, man.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you. I want to give a huge shout out to Dip.
Absolutely.
And Habari, because of the fact that we were able to, I love it. I was able to, kind of network with everybody and kind of push everybody. I mean, it's a family here, and that's what I love about Dip, Aisha, Habari, the whole movement and everything else. Jimmy, I mean, it's a beautiful thing that they got set up here.
Yeah.
So you out there, if you guys are looking for, somewhere to, to network, to podcast, please. I don't know if I say that enough, but please come reach out. And I'm gonna do another round of applause, but reach out to Dip, please. So, to the voice with the choice, Mr. Dip, please like and follow Habari Live Podcast, Habari Entertainment, and check out other shows on there like Habari Live, Wealth for Generations, The Von Rebel Show, and the Mom and Pop Spot Podcast. Please also check out One Love on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. This is One Love. Thank you for tuning into the show. Make it a great day, stay hydrated, and well rested. We're out.